If you recall, in our session on the Audacity of a Woman, part 1, I have put the link in the description so you can check it out. Deborah the prophetess had warned Barak, the Israeli military leader, that the honor of the battle the Israeli troops were going to fight against their oppressors, the Canaanites, would go to a woman. And this was because Barak had responded with timidity and unbelief to the prophetic word God gave through Deborah concerning that battle. But then, who was this woman who took the honor of the battle? And how did it all happen? Sisera, the military leader of the Canaanite troop, fled the battlefield when he saw that all his men were lying dead on the battlefield. And where did he flee to? Straight to the home of Heber, a family friend of King of Canaan, King Jabin. He felt he would be safe in the home of the home of his family friend to his boss, King Jabin. And then when he gets to Heber's house, guess who was home alone? Heber's wife, Jael, who welcomed him very warmly and, encouraged by her warm welcome, requested for water and instructed her not to let anyone know that he was hiding in their house. But he underestimated the woman. She made him very comfortable, but instead of even giving him a cup of water, she gave him a cool bowl of yogurt. And then soon he was fast asleep under a warm blanket. While he slept, and now this is most shocking. While he slept, Jael picks up a hammer and a tent peg, a metallic, long, sharp, pointed object used in those days for securing tents against being blown away by windstorms. And with the hammer, she drives the tent peg straight through his skull. And from the biblical account, it looks like he died almost immediately without even knowing what or who hit him. Wow. Isn't this morally wrong? A breach of hospitality? Truth is, the Bible is not a politically correct book. And it's perhaps the most shocking book in the whole world. But God invites us through his word into his story so that we can know him and become all that we were designed to be. As we explore the story of Jael, we want to see this woman from heaven's perspective, from God's perspective. This is what we do in this session. Hello, my name is Irene. Welcome once again to the Radical Womanhood YouTube channel. Our goal in this channel is to raise modern-day radical disciples for Christ, modern-day Deborahs and Esthers, women who recognize that though they are weak, God, their Father, is strong and he's extraordinary. And in him, they can become and accomplish all that he created them for. Holy Spirit, please help us. Have your way and do what no man can do. In Jesus' name. Let's unpack this woman. In Jael, we see a woman who recognized and accepted God's place for her in life. She was a tent dweller, a homemaker. Unlike Deborah, who was in the front lines, was multi-talented in so many ways, Jael was a simple homemaker. And we are not even told of any special skills or talents that she had. But she was a woman whose heart was fully aligned with God. She did not waste her energy and time in jealousy, competition, or comparison No, she was too busy making the best of her circumstances, blooming and shining where God had planted her. And you can tell by reading Judges chapter 5 that the two women must have had a warm relationship. There was no room for competition or even jealousy. Women who waste their time in jealousy, competition, and comparison tend to be short-sighted. They tend to be distracted by little things that don't matter. And for that reason, they lose perspective and they lose the big picture and will tend to jeopardize and sabotage the purposes of God. Jael was the opposite. She advanced and enhanced the purposes of God because she was discerning. She was sensitive to recognize that even though Sisera was a family friend in the natural, in the physical, in the realm of the spirit, Sisera was an enemy of God and of God's people. Jael discerned that and decided to join forces with God, to take sides with God and not man. She was able to recognize that God had actually prepared her and provided what she needed for that crisis hour when an enemy invaded her home. She knew that she was combat ready. What she had was not much, but it was enough. Psalm 25 verse 14 says, the secrets of the Lord are with them that fear him. Because how do you explain, how do you win a battle with a bowl of milk, a tent peg, and a hammer? It takes a woman who was fully aligned with God. Jael recognized that God had positioned her for such a time. What Deborah began on the front lines, she completed in the background, behind the scenes. From a human point of view, she was a mere tent dweller, a mere homemaker. But from heaven's and God's point of view, she was a warrior. She was a wonder woman. She was combat ready. Actually, Judges 5:24 describes her as being most blessed above women. She was above the ordinary crowd of women, not for any particular skill or ability, simply for taking the Lord's side. Imagine two women, different circumstances, different personalities, positioned differently by God, yet because their hearts were one with God and with one another, they became a means of deliverance, of healing, of restoration and revival in their nation. I pray that we are hearing God's voice. I pray that we are seeing something that the Lord will have us see. Pray that he will remove the veil. He will unplug our ears so that we truly see and we truly hear. Yeah, because I believe there is so much the Lord wants to do in us, with us, and through us. Okay? It's common, for us to hear Deborahs arise. Jael, actually, I discovered by experience that many women don't even know Jael. Even women that are actually Bible teachers, they don't know Jael. But in our next session, we want to explore. Yes, Deborahs, women are rising as Deborahs. But how does God want us to arise as Jaels in these days? Okay, thank you so much for all your support, for subscribing, for your comments, for your suggestions and encouragement. We truly appreciate that so much. Please keep them coming. And we look forward to connecting with you again soon. God bless you so much and bye.